Welcome back to the deep dive. We're tackling something this time that I don't know about everyone else, but I always struggle with. Trying to find, the perfect gifts for my aging parents. It's like they already have everything, or at least that's what they tell me.
Yeah, I hear that. It's a common thing, right?
Right. But I want to get them something meaningful, something that actually makes their lives better, not just another thing that ends up in the back of a closet. And to make sure we're on the right track this time, we're lucky enough to have some insights from the folks at All-Star Medical. They've been helping seniors for over 15 years, so they really know their stuff.
They really do. And what's cool is that they emphasize, how the best gifts might not be a material thing. It's thinking about safety, their independence,
Right,
comfort.
that's so true. Yeah,
Yeah.
we always get caught up in that wow factor, but sometimes it really is the practical stuff that means the most.
Absolutely. Like, for instance, one thing they really emphasize is bathroom safety, which, might not sound exciting, but it's crucial. Falls are a big risk for seniors.
Yeah, my grandmother actually had a fall in the bathroom a few years back. It was pretty scary.
Exactly. It shows how important something as simple as a grab bar can be, right?
For sure, for sure.
It's not just the physical support, but that peace of mind too. Knowing they've got that extra bit of security can make a big difference in their confidence and their feeling of independence. And speaking of independence, one thing I thought was really cool that they talked about was lift chairs.
Oh, yeah. Before I started looking into this, I admit I thought those were just like, fancy recliners,
Right.
but they actually help seniors stand up on their own,
Exactly.
which can be huge for someone who has trouble with that.
It can be life-changing. Imagine that feeling of regaining that mobility, of being able to get up from a seated position without help. It's about dignity. It's about freedom. And like you said, a lot of them have these extra features now, heat, massage.
Like having a spa right in their living room.
Exactly. And if we're talking about giving the gift of mobility, depending on their needs, of course, but scooters, power wheelchairs, those can be absolutely game-changing.
It's true. Like instead of being stuck at home, they can do their errands, go for walks, even travel more easily. That opens up a whole world of possibilities.
It really does. But, while mobility and safety are definitely super important, we can't forget about those everyday comforts that can make a big difference in a senior's life, too. Like, All-Star Medical talks a lot about addressing those aches and pains that, well, let's face it, become more common as we get older.
Oh, tell me about it. My dad's always complaining about his back.
Right. And it's like, what do you do about it? Well, they had some good suggestions like heated pads. Those can be really helpful for sore muscles, stiff joints. And there are ones now that are specially designed for different areas like the lower back or the neck.
And you know what else I thought was a really neat idea? At-home massage devices.
Oh, absolutely.
Because everybody loves a good massage, right?
Of course.
But for some seniors, getting to a spa or a massage therapist, it's just not doable.
Exactly.
But if they have something at home,
And again, it's not just about the luxury, though. I mean, that's a nice bonus, but it's about giving them the tools to manage their own discomfort. Like you said, that self-care right in their own home.
okay, now this next one is where I got really excited. And I have a feeling I know where you're going with this, but personalized subscription boxes. I love these things.
They are pretty great.
And I feel like they're an especially thoughtful gift for seniors because, who doesn't love getting a little surprise in the mail every month? It's like a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
And there's so many different kinds now.
That's what's so fascinating. I mean, there's really a box for every interest imaginable.
Okay, so say, for instance, my dad. He is a coffee fanatic.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, the man lives for his morning coffee. So could I get him a subscription that sends him a new blend to try every month?
Absolutely. Or if your mom loves to garden, there are boxes with, seasonal seeds, gardening tools, even like handcrafted plant markers.
I love that. So we've talked about safety, independence, comfort.
Oh,
But what about creating lasting memories? What about gifts that are more about experiences?
oh, that's so important, especially for seniors. Sometimes the best gifts aren't material things, right? It's those shared experiences. Like they gave the example of just a nice dinner out, maybe at their favorite restaurant.
Oh, totally. Or even something like driving around to look at Christmas lights,
Yes.
which sounds so simple, but it can be really magical.
It's about just spending that quality time together,
Yeah.
making those memories, because those are the things they'll cherish, especially as they get older.
Speaking of memories, I was just looking through old photo albums with my mom the other day,
Ah, nice.
and it really made me realize how precious those old photos are.
Yeah.
Like they're not just pictures, they're like little windows into the past.
Totally.
And they always spark these great stories, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I know my parents, they don't really care about having the latest gadgets or whatever.
Right.
But those memories, those are priceless.
Absolutely. And that actually reminds me of another gift idea that the folks at All Star Medical mentioned, photo restoration. Have you ever had an old photo restored?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I have. It's amazing how they can take a faded, blurry picture and make it look almost new again.
It's incredible, right?
Yeah, like my parents have this old picture of them at the beach back when they were dating. And it's pretty faded, but you can tell how happy they were.
Mm.
Getting that restored would be such a thoughtful gift.
And it doesn't even have to stop at just restoring it. You could have it framed, or you could create like a whole photo album or a memory box.
Oh, a memory box. That's a great idea.
With other little mementos and things.
Yeah, like little souvenirs and things.
Exactly. It becomes more than just a gift. It's a real keepsake, a family heirloom.
That's so true. I love that. Okay, so we've covered some really amazing gift ideas so far, but I'm also mindful that, not everyone has a huge budget for gifts.
Right.
And gift giving shouldn't break the bank.
Of course not.
So for those of us who are on a tighter budget, did All Star Medical have any recommendations for, maybe more affordable but still thoughtful gifts?
They did. And they have some really great ones, actually. Remember how we were talking about gift baskets earlier?
Yeah.
Like, those can be as simple or as extravagant as you want.
Oh, totally.
You could do like a gourmet food basket or just a simple basket with their favorite snacks and treats.
Right. Like
Yeah.
my mom, she loves those little individually wrapped chocolates.
Perfect.
So I could totally see putting together a basket of those for her.
Exactly. And it shows that you put some thought into it.
It's like saying, I know what you like,
Right.
and I wanted to treat you.
Exactly. Okay, and here's one that might be a little bit controversial, but I actually think it's a really cool idea. A streaming service subscription.
Oh, interesting. I can see how some people might think, well, that's not very personal. But
Yeah.
I actually kind of love it.
Me too.
Because it's like, with all the streaming services out there now, there's just so much to watch.
So much.
Movies, TV shows, documentaries.
And it's constantly updating.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's not like they're just going to watch it once and be done with it.
Exactly.
They're going to have endless entertainment.
It's true. And you know what? It can be a really great way for seniors to stay connected, especially if they're not as mobile as they used to be and they're spending more time at home.
Yes, totally. My grandmother, she got really into those British baking shows a few years ago because of a streaming service.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah. And it gave her like something new to look forward to,
Yes.
And we would always talk about the shows, and it just kind of became this fun thing that we connected over.
There you go. See, it sparks conversations, It gives them something to look forward to. It keeps their minds active.
Exactly. Okay, this last one, I have to admit, when I first read it, I was like, really? But then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, that's actually brilliant. All Star Medical mentioned the gift of a clean house.
Now, that might not sound very exciting on the surface, but think about it from the perspective of someone who might be struggling to keep up with the housework, especially if they have mobility issues or anything like that.
It's true. Like, for my mom, cleaning the bathroom is like her least favorite chore.
Right.
So if I was like, hey, Mom, I got you a cleaning service, she would be thrilled.
Oh, she would love that. And think about it. It frees up their time and energy to do the things they really enjoy.
Exactly.
Instead of scrubbing toilets, they could be spending time with their grandkids or pursuing their hobbies or whatever it is that they love to do.
It's like giving the gift of relaxation almost.
Exactly. And again, it comes back to that idea of, sometimes the most thoughtful gifts are the ones that make their lives easier, less stressful.
100%. It's true. It's like instead of giving them more things to worry about, you're giving them less,
Exactly. And that's huge, especially as people get older. I mean, our priorities change, right? It's not about accumulating more stuff. It's about simplifying, finding those things that bring a sense of peace and well-being.
This whole deep dive has been amazing. Like, I came in feeling so stuck on what to get my parents, and now I actually have a whole list of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And the best part is I know they'll actually appreciate these gifts.
That's what matters.
It's not about being flashy or expensive. It's about really thinking about their needs, their interests.
Right. It's about that shift in perspective, right? From what do I get them to what can I give them that actually makes a difference.
Yes, exactly.
And when you come from that place of really wanting to enhance their lives, that's when you find those truly thoughtful gifts.
100%. And sometimes it's not even about a physical gift at all, right?
Right.
Like just Spending time with them, showing that you care.
Absolutely. Being present with them, engaging in their interests, those shared experiences, those are priceless.
So true. Well, I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about today. I know I have.
Me too. It's been a great conversation.
Now, I'm curious to hear from our listeners. What are some of the most thoughtful gifts you've ever given or received? Head over to our social media and share your stories. Until next time, happy gifting.